Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's episode 2 on biggest question, why college is a scam in 2022. I'm Hunter Paulson, your host.
I'm Moxon Glosson.
And I'm Titus there.
They're both seniors at Reinhardt University, graduating as soon as possible. And today we're going to be asking why they chose to come to college. So, Moxon?
Yeah, I chose to come to college because, I was a dual enroll student, so I left high school after my sophomore year and started at Reinhardt in 2018 as a junior in high school. So I was just ready to get out of high school. I wasn't a big fan of high school, and I wanted to, since my plan was either law school or broadcasting, I wanted to get as much college out of the way. So I saved myself 2 years by going here. Because it was during my junior and senior years of high school that I got my first 2 years done, which was most of my gen ed classes and some of my actual degree. So it was good. And my guidance counselor at my high school, Miss Sykes, she's awesome. She suggested that I go here. Titus?
I think I decided to come to college just for a whole different reason. Mainly for sports. I just wanted to continue to play lacrosse. Also, no one in my besides my brothers and sisters before me, no one in our family really has gone to college and graduated. So, I just wanted to do that too, and I knew it was gonna help me be successful. But really, mainly to play sports because I felt like that could help me keep developing my skills.
So, Moxon, Titus saying he's a first-generation college student. Did your parents go to college?
My mom went to college. She actually got a marketing degree at Kennesaw State University. My father is a Marine, so he did not go to college, but he's actually a very successful businessman now. So,
do both of y'all's parents have influences on y'all going to college, or was it y'all's choice?
Mainly it was my choice. I mean, my mom wanted me to go to college. Most people think I'm a bright kid, so most people told me to go, but I did it all on my own. If I didn't want to go, I wouldn't have went. I feel like.
Yeah, both my parents have had a big effect on me going to college. They're the best parents I could ask for. And they always push me but don't force me to do my best, if that makes sense. So they've never had, these lofty expectations. If I don't do well, then, they treat me differently. That's why they're awesome. They just always encourage me to do my best. But, yeah, my dad is he's, as I say, a very successful businessman that didn't go to college. But and I'm sure I'll get into this in another question of yours, but there are certain aspects of college that he has encouraged me to really focus on. Same with my mom. So,
before coming to college, what was y'all's expectation on college, on what the actual reality is?
I'll go first. I expected there to be a lot more work, in college. It's actually sort of relaxed. Maybe it's because the university I went to. When I went to West Virginia, they were less lenient on late fee or not late fees, but late work and stuff like that. And I just expected us to be held at a higher standard. But what I would really tell people a lot is that the stuff that teachers always say you can't get away with in college, you can still get away with. I still feel like it's a high school in a way. And maybe it's just because our community is small at our school, but I feel like I expected things just to be a lot worse. There's always things to do, to make money, and I always thought, financially getting money in college would be a problem, but there's, tons of things you can do. So, I just expect the college to be a lot worse, and it's actually not too bad.
A college is almost exactly as I expected it, actually, especially coming to Reinhardt, it being a really small university. The ratio of student to professor is 12 to 1, which is, it has to be on the lower end in the country. That number does. I've always wanted a small college feel, and Reinhardt has given me exactly what I've wanted in that department of having a small classroom where everyone knows each other. I've known Titus for a couple of years now, and and a bunch of people in Eagle I've known forever as well. And so with as to piggyback off of what Titus said. Teachers saying that you're not going to get away with this stuff in college. I think the best way to put it is college, they treat you more like an adult. In high school, you're still treated like a kid. In college, you're given the benefit of the doubt, as you would be in most jobs, right? And I like that I come in every day and I treat it like it's my job. So I just come in, get my work done, and I think that Reinhardt has done a good job in allowing me to do that, just giving me the space to, mold my schedule around what works best for me, and yeah.
So now that you guys are both seniors, what would you change differently, or would you change anything?
I probably wouldn't change much. I had a little bit of a scheduling debacle a year ago, and I almost wish I didn't take a few classes because I realized that I had wasted some time, but I'm getting to graduate as soon as possible, and yeah, I mean, there's not much I would change. Definitely not my major or my minor. I minored in Spanish, and I love Spanish, and my major has like really helped me, especially in the marketing department. And so I probably wouldn't change much. Titus?
Yeah, I wouldn't change much. There are things though I wish I like really did change. I got in trouble before at one of my previous schools, so like that was just a setback for me, and like I could actually be like pretty well off like financially, and I've made some very bad financial decisions, like whether that's like an investment or like something like along the lines of me being in school or something like I thought would work out, but then so I would change a lot of those. But really, besides that, nothing else. Like I loved like what I did. But like I said, when I got in trouble, I used to be very like serious. Like I said earlier, I really loved sports, and like lacrosse like was really like my passion at one point. But after I got in trouble, I like sort of lost my passion. I could have been a lot better at the sport than when I was, and that's one thing I think I might regret.
So what do you guys plan on doing for your career path after you graduate?
Yeah, so after I graduate in December, I will be headed to law school, and I want to be a real estate attorney probably. I work as a paralegal at a local real estate attorney's office, and I had to take the semester off this semester because I had 6 classes. But this summer I'm getting right back into it, and I love what I do. I love the straightforwardness of transactional law, and I just love law in general. It's just right up my alley. And then hopefully once I'm out of law school, get barred, I'm hoping to, have my own firm.
It's very interesting. With me, see personally, like it's still like it's a very small window. Like I'm still gonna do this, so like I guess it's what I'm planning on doing. I'm gonna try out like for the professional lacrosse. Like there's a draft, so I'm gonna actually go try out for that because it's in June, so it'll be right after school, just to see what happens. But
Awesome.
yeah, but I want to be like an analyst, a journalist, so like I'll even getting into coaching. So like I'll just look for like somewhere where I can like build my foundation, make some money, like start paying off the little bit of debt that I do have. I don't have too much, so and then get that out of the way, and then that's when I want to start like investing in myself, like buying, whether it's like buying more podcast equipment or like becoming a better writer, like for like a small newspaper, and just be like enhance my journalism skills, because I want to like hopefully like be an analyst one day and get on to like ESPN or like one of those early morning shows where people like see my face. I think it's an easy way to get like to have a career, because like it's something I enjoy, and that's what I would probably do.
So for you, Moxon, your job, you definitely will need a college degree, and
Absolutely.
that's top of the notch stuff. And for Titus, that's basically like an entrepreneur starting your own podcast and working your way out of that. So you technically, would you say you do need a college degree or don't need for that?
I say you do, because like you want to be educated with it. Now you see a lot of like pro athletes who just like end their career and they want to like be an analyst and get on a podcast, but people are gonna listen to them because like who they are, not what they know.
Exactly.
And they really don't know like what they're saying. Sometimes they don't have like justifiable arguments. So like I'm always a person who wants like to present facts and have like facts like be dominant. And I feel like people aren't getting that, and I feel like I could do that. But I feel like in order to do that, you need to be very educated. And not saying you can't be educated and not go to school, but getting a degree in that area would just mean that you are educated and like certified professional. So
yeah, my outlook on things is if you are going to be a doctor, a lawyer, something that you actually need
Yes.
a tangible piece of paper saying that I'm licensed to practice in something this serious. I'm not saying that broadcasting is serious.
Yeah.
You guys know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't take any.
Okay, good, Titus. I'm not saying any other job is more serious than the other, but like we all know that to be a doctor, you need to go to med school to know how to save people's lives, right? And with a lawyers, you're not saving people's lives, but you're helping them make huge decisions, right?
Possibly actually save their life.
And possibly, if you're a criminal defense attorney or a prosecutor, you're saving people's lives, and people's lives hang in the balance. But I'm of the opinion that, like, my dad is a perfect example. He never went to college, didn't even apply to any college. He got out of high school, wanted to leave town and go serve his country, and he did for 4 years. Got out and married my mom, and he is one of the most brilliant business minds that I know. And I'm like really, really lucky to have him in my life, like helping me plan out my steps in my career. And the guy never went to college.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I feel like that's great because like someone like without a college degree who knows how to do stuff like that, that's how you know they're very like, intelligent.
Yeah. And
they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
One of my friends, his grandfather owns like an oil company. He never went to college. And owns a humongous crib or house. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In the city I live in, so he has like 30 acres. So you can be successful, and like that's things that people define as success. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome, Titus. And yeah, you absolutely can be successful without college. I wouldn't go as far to call college a quote-unquote scam, but there is a lot of instances where it's unnecessary. I would say. Yeah,
I would say there is scamming. Like to me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like there's things that just, for instance, like we had a situation in our dorm over some trash, and people like have to pick up the trash, and when like now we're being fined $75, everybody in the dorm.
Ridiculous.
And like they told us like all the damages and fines, and they said it added up to about $5,000, and we're in total they're about to gain $11,000 in revenue from students. But that and like senses like that, but no, I don't feel like the education part like obviously everything's gonna be a scam. Like a parking ticket, like you're gonna think it's a scam, but that can happen anywhere. So it depends on your major too. Like if you really think your major is something that you don't need to be like paying $3,000 or $30,000 a year just to learn, like then you might not have to go. It might be a scam, but like if for something like how Moxon said, like a lawyer or a doctor, you need to be well educated. Like especially like in the medical field, like you got to know what you're doing.
Absolutely. But yeah, like another example, my brother, he's probably my like polar opposite. My brother is. He doesn't like school. He's really smart dude. He really is. But he's wanting to be a real estate agent. So I want to be a real estate lawyer, and he wants to be a real estate agent. And so he's just going straight out of high school. He's a senior this year. He's already started applying for a real estate license and stuff since he's 18, so you can do it. He's already taking classes. He's already looking at properties, and he's only 18 years old. And he doesn't need college for that. In the real estate law field, I know plenty of real estate agents that never went to college, didn't need a marketing degree, didn't need anything, and they're very successful with what they do. So college is certainly in a lot of cases unnecessary. It's not, I wouldn't say it goes far to say it's a scam, although there is scamming that goes on. But
yeah, I wouldn't say it's a scam, but they do find ways to make money, but it is a necessary thing that I believe people should do.
I do agree with you guys. It is some sort of scam, but sometimes, like Moxon's case, you do certain career paths do need the college and then after college schooling to get that job and be certified at what you do. But do you guys, some schools, like we go to a private school, Reinhardt University, do you guys think it's overpriced?
Yeah. Just because I've been to a public school.
It's more of a Titus question. Yeah.
I've been to a public school before, and like in the NAI they have like these rules. The NAI, like Reinhardt being an NAI university, also like isn't very good for like its pricing, because they have to charge like all these people these outrageous like school fees and stuff, and like especially not like being from Georgia, there's like a lot of ways like it's hard to work around and get through it, and I just feel like it might be overpriced actually, because not saying like we don't have good teachers, like because like Moxon was saying earlier, like you get the the little class, like the little family type of feel, like a high school at Reinhardt, but it's not like we have a 24-hour like tutor sense like place like most schools. Like Ohio State's like, for in-state students, I'm from Ohio, it's like 11,000, and you can go to a library 24 hours a day, go to a tutor 24 hours a day. Like the food here is terrible, and I just feel like if we're paying more money than, granted, a school like that, 11,000 times 90,000 kids is way different, but I'm still saying we're making like almost 40,000 a year off every student. Whether the amount of students is, it's still like a good enough revenue to provide for the little amount of students. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I have not ever had Gordy cat food.
You're blessed.
I know. I mean, mainly because of what y'all have said about it. The original question was, is Reinhardt overpriced, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I would say, I'll go as far to say it is very pricey. I'm not saying it's like, oh, well, for the experience, it should be a lot cheaper, because I like it here at Reinhardt. It is on the expensive side, though, I would say. For in-state residents, it's a little bit better, as opposed to Titus's case. But it's still, for how small a school it is, it's pretty dang expensive. But, I mean, it is a private school, so you get that brand on it being a private school. It's understandable that it's going to be a little bit pricey.
Hopefully the private school brand like gets me a little extra push someday.
Yeah. Same here.
All right, well, that wraps up episode 2 on the big question, why is college a scam in the year of 2022? I'm your host, Hunter Paulson, and thank you, Moxon. Thank you, Titus, for y'all's time.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Signing out.
All right, guys.
That was good. That was rolling.
Good job, guys.
Better than I thought.
Good.
Oh, yeah, no, you did a great job. I like those questions, Hunter.
Good work.